But the goal of the hypnotic interview is that, like I said earlier, what's the problem, right? And when you go into your sessions, this is the last thing that you want to do. Try to solve your client's problem. And I know that's like, yeah, Fritz, I know, but we go into fix it mode because we just care about our clients, right? Stop it. We are not there. We are not here to solve our clients' problems. It's them. And this still happens to me sometimes because I care for my clients and I'm like, I just want you to have everything. But no, that actually fucks up the session. Like when we try to do something, our clients not only will resist, but it's like the opposite of curiosity, right? In like the main principle of ACH, which I will ask you guys throughout the demo, like, what are you curious about? What are you curious about? Curiosity is going to be your biggest asset versus fix it mode. So when we come from curiosity, then it's like the opposite side of the spectrum of solving, which will help us detach from the symptoms that our clients are telling us. As we know, all of our clients, everything they tell us is really a symptom. I can't lose weight. I can't put myself out there in business. I'm in a toxic relationship. These are all symptoms, right? They're experiencing it at a surface level, but there are inner drivers as to why they're experiencing that. So when we start with what's the problem and become curious, we stop doing the shit of categorizing and saying, oh my God, toxic relationship, it's going to be so big, it's going to be like so traumatizing for the clients. We can chill and just relax and just be curious about our clients. Because this is what really truly helps us to find like what is actually going on with this client, right? If we think, oh my God, toxic relationship, this is going to be so big, it can steer our focus away from actually helping our clients because we are too much in our head. So when we're curious, we can actually find out what's going on and we're more likely going to help our clients. So from today on, especially within this training, and I encourage you to do this moving forward, please detach from your previous trainings of how big a problem is or how small a problem it is. It's just a small problem. It's too big of a problem. What you've been told, what the root cause is it not good enough? Is it because they're unlovable? Just put that to aside, just put those aside and put aside what breakthroughs need to look like, what a hypnosis breakthrough needs to look like. Do they have, like, are they screaming and laughing and thanking you by the end of the session? Like, remove all of that because each and every person is going to be different. Another principle of ACH, right? So detach from that, just put that aside, and we're going to meet a client where they're at. And today, I'm going to volunteer you, Sebastian, because you're going to be here the whole time and everyone is in and out, to be the client first for this practice. And it's not necessarily going to be a problem yet. So what I want you to think about, Sebastian, is think of an event in your life that you can talk about a lot. Like it could be a happy event, it could be like any event that you are happy to talk about and be asked questions about. And then what everyone's going to do here, Rena and Abigail, you can either just go back and forth. What we're going to do in this hypnotic, we're going to practice the principles of a hypnotic interview by just asking Sebastian questions about this event. So for you guys asking the questions, you're going to ask Sebastian a question. He's going to answer. And based on that answer, you're going to ask your next question. You're not going to think of unconscious moments right now. You're just going to take Sebastian's response. And based on Sebastian's response, you're going to ask the next question. Okay, one step at a time, doing this very, very mechanically. And when you ask your questions, use the least amount of words. And this you could choose to ask questions no one will ask. You could choose that. You can practice that. But definitely, like the main goal of this exercise is to ask him a question, take his answer and ask him another question about that response. That's all we're doing. So And then we get to practice listening to, like, because this is actually what's going to help you practice your listening skills. You're going to pay attention to what he's telling you right then and there. What is he saying, and what is he not saying? Okay, there's no goal. We're just going to have a conversation with Sebastian, which is really what this is about, right? We're going to have this conversation with him and ask him about it, which is this, really. Ask a question, wait for the response based on the next question. Yeah. So, because what I've been finding, and this was especially for me, when a client would give us like all of these answers, right? Like, I'm doing this, blah, 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 this is all my problem. It can get very overwhelming, and we can get, too in our heads about asking the next question. So with this exercise, we're going to really start to just listen to whatever the response is, and then go from there, one at a time. Instead of having 10 questions in our head, what did my client tell me right here? And what can I ask based on the response? Does that make sense? Yeah.